So we're reviewing a TV show again. I realize that's all we're doing today.
It's okay.
But people are saying, here's the thing, is Bandersnatch, so Bandersnatch, new Netflix Black Mirror special. It was like a holiday special for Black Mirror. As we've talked in the past, we're big fans of Black Mirror. It is the ultimate feel-bad Twilight Zone for the modern era.
I like 2 episodes. One's happy.
Have you seen all of them yet?
I have not.
Keep working through it. It is, some of them are just phenomenal, but it's definitely darker. It's Twilight Zone for the 21st century, and there is, it's technology turning against us.
And I'll tell you, it's very cool because it exists in their I don't want to say universe, but on their palette. So there's a lot of little nods to other episodes of Bandersnatch.
Plain Black Mirror.
But yeah.
So Bandersnatch is the first ever truly innovative choose-your-own adventure TV show.
Yes.
I know there have been videotapes when I was young.
Yes.
That had to, I don't even know how you did that, but there were videotapes. In this case, this is a show. I will say it right now, it does not work with Apple TV.
And you know what? They did not announce that until like the end of the weekend.
I had to fire. I had to fire up the PlayStation 4 and figure out my fucking George Colazzo just wrote, "Holy fuck, SmackDown is lit." So now I gotta kick you out very soon so I can go watch SmackDown.
We're hitting the end of the show.
No, there's actually a segment we forgot that we need to talk about.
Okay.
So there's one more after this one. But
are we reviewing another TV show?
Yeah, we are. We are the Showtime documentary because we waited way too long to talk about that. But so Bandersnatch it's choose your own adventure. I use the PlayStation 4. I don't understand why it wouldn't work with Apple TV. You're basically just choosing between two things. It might have to vibrate. Like that's the thing that it does where it tells you to wake up and choose something.
Well, no, I did it on my Samsung TV. So what you...
It doesn't vibrate?
No, it's just a regular TV remote. So what you do is you use your left or right... use your left or right button and then the enter button, and that's all you have to do. So it's about 5 minutes of exposition leading up to your first choice, and your first choice is what kind of cereal do you want, and from there it takes you on a story, and you keep making decisions on what happens to the character, what choices the character ends up making, and you lead it on a different path. Ultimately, the main character wants to create a video game in the 80s about the book Bandersnatch, which is a choose-your-own-adventure book with like over 400 different choices that you could make in the book. And that's his ultimate goal. His mother is dead, and he misses her dearly. And that's his life. He lives with his dad, and his life kind of sucks, so he's trying to make this video game happen.
The technology is fantastic. Very similar to if you played The Walking Dead side of the Telltale Walking Dead or Game of Thrones games, you have a very short amount of time to pick one of 10
seconds
answers. I would say it's like Fallout, but Fallout you really can sit there and take a while to choose.
Right.
In this case, it is a time choosing, much like Walking Dead, the Telltale game. I thought the technology was well done. I thought the choices were okay. I didn't have a problem with it. I had a problem with the story.
Right.
I played it through once.
Okay.
I said I died many times. I actually failed many times.
Yes.
When you fail, it rewinds you to the point where you just try again because you chose a death ending or an ending that doesn't complete the story.
So there are 6 different endings, and one of them is a special meta ending. One is considered a happy ending, but none of the endings are really happy endings. Like, I played, my friend Ian and I sat down, we played it together, we kind of, what do you want to do? Made the choices together. We got 6 of the 7 endings, including what I felt was the most rewarding and quote-unquote happy ending, even though it's fucking miserable.
Look, I did not like this show. As a game it worked. As a show, I felt the ending came way too quick.
Right.
I got lost in the loophole of the Netflix meta thing.
Oh, did you get the Netflix meta thing?
I should have done the Netflix. I should have kept doing. Well, I first did the weird bar, then I did the Netflix, and then I did the stupid PNC or whatever, Porca or whatever the hell it is. It took forever. You kept rewinding. By the time, and then the ending comes out of nowhere. Questions aren't answered at all.
Yeah. They say that they have hundreds of minutes of footage that you could have played through.
It took me about an hour 24.
Took me an hour 10.
And I think a good half hour of that was rewinding and re-seeing shit. I don't understand. He goes from 0 to 100 instantly from when he turns normal. I'm making a video game to I'm crazy.
It depends on the different paths you go through.
I know, and I went, I'm part of the science experiment,
right?
Blah blah blah. My dad is evil. I took my bear, bunny, whatever. I just thought I think it really hit the nail on the head too hard of like, I'm gonna beat you over the head with like, this is like, we are controlling you, not you are controlling yourself. Everything is controlling you, including the meta people over here who are controlling you.
Right.
We are Netflix. I mean, literally, that's in this show.
It really is.
And I just didn't have any sympathy for the character at all.
I didn't either. Well,
and the more I rewinded, the more I saw different ways he like kills himself, dies, this and that, doesn't die, brains his dad. If his friend, the most amazing scene in the whole thing was his friend, like, you choose whether he jumps off the roof or not. Did you choose whether he jumps off the roof or the friend jumps off the roof?
I had the friend jump.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody chose him. I chose the friend too, and they didn't let me rewind.
I chose the friend, and then I did it with, he did it, and then he woke up the next day back in his bed, and he had to start again.
It was a Happy Death Day.
Yeah, it was Happy Death Day. Sequel coming out soon.
Wow, we'll talk about that when that comes out.
Dude, it was great.
Again, great technology. Yeah. I thought the story was jarring. I thought the way I was getting bored.
See, I would like to see more of that. Not necessarily in the Black Mirror realm, but I'd like to see Netflix do more of that with different shows or different kind of experiences. I think it's a great new way to watch TV. It actually caused me to fall down a rabbit hole on YouTube because I was trying to look up, what other games were like interactive with your TV, and I stumbled upon Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future. Now, I don't know if you remember this, it happened in the 80s, but Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Futures was J. Michael Straczynski before he did Babylon 5, and it was a game where you would buy these toys and they'd interact with the TV, and it would be different colored flashing lights. So if you had like a spaceship, you'd be flying it in a flight scene on the TV, and the lights would flash, and your ship would explode, your guy would eject, or you'd be able to like shoot the things on the TV like Duck Hunt style. Essentially, it was Duck Hunt interacting with you.
Well, it sounds like it was more like that Disney game the modern one where you buy the figures and you play the video game with the figures.
So incredibly early version of that, except you're doing it on like CRT television.
Yeah.
And like you'd buy video cassettes, or it was actually airing on TV. It did like one season, and this shit got dark because I fell down a YouTube rabbit hole, and it gets dark. They even like kill off one of the main characters in a very like, they have a will they or won't they, like going through the whole season with Captain Power and his like the only girl who is around because she's like in love with him, and she does this thing where she detonates the building so him and his friends could survive and the revolution could live on. And I'm like 2 o'clock in the morning watching this, and I'm like, man, this shit was dark for the 80s kids TV.
I've
Sorry,
I know nothing. I thought you were talking about Captain Planet for half a second.